Time for Top Talkers. This should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. Looking forward to it. Connie Bernardi's here. Hi, Connie. How are you?
Hi.
Rick's here from CFRA. How are you?
Good morning.
Alison's from CFRA. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks.
Very good. Very good. First of all, tough injury last night to Erik Karlsson. This is not good news for the Senators after losing Jason Spezza. And all of this coming on the heels of an interesting email/letter sent out to Sens season ticket holders. I agree with this concept, to be honest with you, because as a fan who goes to games involving the Leafs, which I cheer for the blue team, and the Senators, it's amazing to me when I go to see how Leaf fans and Hab fans take over that building when Ottawa is the home team. I don't even understand it. But now a letter from Cyril Leader goes out to season ticket holders explaining that they can have extra tickets at a reduced rate for these games as long as they go to Senators fans because they want to take the building back. Rick?
Yeah, I don't think it's just about the numbers, and I agree with you. I think in all the years the Senators have been back, I don't think I've missed a Leafs-Sens home game.
Because it's super exciting.
Sure, but something's changed in the last few years. No question, the number of Leafs fans has grown. But it's not that. I think it's the tenor, it's the temperament. I was talking to Cyril about this in the winter before the season restarted. We had to do something. Last year, there was a game on St. Patrick's Day. And I can tell you, it was an ugly tone to it. And, you know, every other Leafs game I'd ever been to was fun. That was not. There was a lot of alcohol involved. There were guys drinking in the parking lot beforehand. There was jostling in the lineup to get in. I was jostled. I went into that game saying, I'm not going to enjoy this, and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I swore I wasn't going to go to another one.
Yeah, and it's fans from both sides, by the way. I mean, everybody gets involved in this, not only Leaf fans coming into the building.
I think it's primarily Leaf fans, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's one take on it.
Have you been to a game that's not a Leaf-Sens game this year? I mean, what is with those people who have season tickets, who have that sign Leafs suck, and every chant is Leafs suck? You know what, like, I am all for Leafs sucking. I do not like the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I say that knowing that you might hit me.
No.
But with that said, I don't want to hear Leafs suck chants at a Carolina Hurricanes
Yeah,
game.
it's irrelevant, right? And it's the same with people wearing their Leaf jersey to Scotiabank Place when the Leafs aren't playing.
That's part of the fun, though. That's okay.
When the Leafs aren't playing, though, I mean, that's just ridiculous.
I don't think that's what Cyril Leader's trying to do. I don't think he's trying to put a clamp on that. He's not trying to put a clamp on fun. We all enjoy supporting our teams, whether it's the Leafs, the Sens, or whoever.
Is he trying to put a clamp, though, Connie, on the Sens captain getting booed on home ice by Leaf and Hab fans? Mostly Leaf fans do this, by the way, and I don't like it. As a Leaf fan, I think it's disrespectful, and I think it's unnecessary.
I think traditionally by nature, though, Sens fans, you know, maybe up until the last few years have always been kind of like the passive fan as opposed to how the Toronto Maple Leafs, you know, they wear the jerseys, you know, they're loud and proud, and I think they're trying to bring that back into the arena.
Yeah.
But the onus is on the Sens fans to come out and cheer louder. You know, it's their building. They should take ownership of it. Don't blame the Toronto Maple Leaf fans.
And that's, Rick, that's my next question to you. You're blaming Leaf fans for being hostile and causing a lot of trouble out there. Ask my buddy who has a nice Leaf jersey with cigarette burns in the back of it because people don't like it when he wears it to the games. That's another issue. Why is it then that Senators fans, who must be in the majority at any game, be it Leafs, Habs, or otherwise, you would think, why is it they allow other teams' fans to come in and out-cheer them? They allow other teams' fans to boo their captain, and they don't really come back with anything?
Well, I think it's the temperament of Ottawa. I think we're a civil service town. We're not as boisterous, and we're not fueled by alcohol as most Leaf fans are. I think that might be part of it.
You also have to remember that the current reincarnation of the Senators have only been around for 20 years. So you're looking at people who, before the Sens were around, were either Leafs or Habs fans. It was either or because you're in the middle. That's why you have such a big thing, the big shift. And you have to remember, at the same time, look at Montreal, so close. You can't get a ticket in Montreal. They
you know what, though? You know what that is to me, Alison? That's a bunch of hogwash. That's a bunch of bull feathers. Your team's been around long enough that you've had plenty of time to get accustomed to the idea of going into your own building and cheering as loudly as you can, especially when the blue team is in town or the team from Montreal is in town. I don't understand, for the life of me as a hockey fan, how Senators fans can allow this to happen.
Okay, but now with this letter being sent out and saying that you're going to get extra tickets at a discounted price, now there's no excuse, though, for Sens fans.
Now,
if they don't take ownership of this and go with it and make something happen
now
out of it, then there's no
Leaf
excuses.
fan that Rick likes to talk about is going to come out in more with more force.
Yeah, I think that's possible. That would be the natural, instinctive Neanderthal response. I would expect that entirely. But, you know, the reality is half those Leaf fans, including you, Kirk, I think when you don't have your Leafs jersey on, you've got your Sens jersey on underneath.
Yes.
So Sens fans are still going out. They're just demonstrating a bit of a different allegiance for whatever reason.
I think there's a lot of people in my boat who are, I'm a lifelong Leaf fan, I've always been that way, but when
There's a cure for that.
When this, no, there's not.
There really isn't.
Even blood transfusions don't work. There's an underlying respect and cheering for the Ottawa Senators when they're not playing the Leafs. Would you agree, being a Habs fan? Can you find yourself hoping the Senators do well?
Definitely. I have a Senators jersey, but with that said,
what?
you know what? I have one, and I'm not ashamed of that. But my team will always be Montreal.
Yeah.
Like even if
Fair
I'm from Dollard, right? So let's work with what I was saying before with the 20 years. Even if Dollard Days Ramon got a hockey team and it was, I don't know, the Dollard whatever's they are, right? I wouldn't disrespect Montreal. I'd still go to their games wearing my Montreal jersey.
Yeah.
Right?
Should be interesting to see the next Sens Leaf game.
It'll be a sellout.
Coming up, what is it, in March or is it later this month?
No,
It's February.
February 23rd?
February 23rd.
Like to be a fly on that wall. Thanks, you guys. Interesting conversation. Turkey Leaf fan.